What's the most shocking thing you've ever discovered on a security camera? I manage a small boutique in the city, nothing fancy, but we sell handmade jewelry, scarves, and little luxury items people like to gift. One Thursday afternoon, a woman in her late 20s came in. She was striking perfect hair, designer bag, perfume that smelled expensive. She browsed quietly, asked a few polite questions, and left without buying anything, or so I thought. That evening, as I was closing the register, I noticed one of our display bracelets was gone. Not just any bracelet, it was a one-of-a-kind piece we'd imported from Italy, worth almost $800. First, I thought maybe a staff member had moved it. I asked around. No one had touched it. My stomach sank. I pulled up the security footage. There she was, the woman with the designer bag. She looked right at the camera, smiled faintly, and then, quick as a magician, slipped the bracelet into her sleeve. My heart was pounding. Theft was rare here, and she'd been so calm, so deliberate. I printed still frames from the video and called the police. They took a report, but warned me it might be hard to track her down unless she tried to sell it somewhere. 2 days later, she came back. I pretended not to recognize her. She wandered around, holding her phone like she was texting. Then she stopped in front of the exact display where the bracelet had been. That's when I noticed she was wearing it. My pulse spiked. I debated confronting her right there, but the store was full of customers. Instead, I played it cool. "Oh, I love your bracelet," I said casually. She smiled like she'd been waiting for the compliment. "Thanks, my fiancé got it for me in Italy." I felt heat rising in my face. "Really?" I asked. "That's funny. It looks just like one that went missing from here recently." Her smile faltered for a fraction of a second, then she laughed. "Oh no, mine's unique. You must be mistaken." I decided to act. I stepped behind the counter and pressed the silent alarm under the register. "Would you mind if I took a closer look?" I asked. "It's just uncanny how similar it is." She raised an eyebrow. "You think I stole this?" Before I could answer, the bell over the door jingled and in walked 2 police officers. She froze. The officers greeted me by name and asked if there was an issue. I gestured toward her wrist. "That's the bracelet from our missing inventory. I have security footage from 2 days ago." One officer asked her to remove it. She started to protest, but the other officer gently said, "Ma'am, if it's truly yours, we can clear this up right now." She slipped it off, muttering about how ridiculous this was. The officer inspected it, and there it was, our boutique's tiny engraved logo on the clasp. Her face drained of color. She started stammering excuses. "I was going to return it. I forgot it was in my sleeve. It was just a mistake." The officers exchanged a look and escorted her outside. As they left, a regular customer leaned over and whispered, "That's the woman who's been hitting other stores downtown. Guess she picked the wrong boutique this time." Later that day, I checked the footage again. This time, I saw something I'd missed before. Right before she took the bracelet, she looked at her reflection in the display glass and smiled, almost like she was daring herself to get caught. It sent a chill through me. Police called the next week. They'd linked her to 3 other thefts: handbags, perfumes, even a watch from a department store. She'd been selling them online under a fake name. They asked if I wanted to press charges. I said yes, not just for the bracelet, but for every small business she'd hurt. A month later, I got the bracelet back. It was scratched, still beautiful. I decided not to put it back on display. Instead, I keep it in the back room as a reminder. Because the scariest thing about that woman wasn't that she stole. It was how she wore the crime on her wrist like a trophy. And if I've learned anything, it's this. People may think they're clever enough to hide what they've done. Cameras never forget.